seen Nicoract defeat Bjorn in the past. We've seen Geralt go toe-to-toe with Shin in the past as well. There is a chance, but as you said, the favored players are Bjorn and Shin. There's a higher chance of that occurring. Meanwhile, we're settling in. We're settling into our second series of the tournament, and spawning in the top right-hand corner of Amygdala, we have the red Terran player representing the Platinum Heroes. It is Nicoract. Not Chromor. God damn it. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have the South Korean Protoss player, the Teal Protoss. It is LunaSea. I keep forgetting. Hold on. Un momento. I've said this before, but the PTR doesn't like the application that we use for casting tool. So I'm just trying to fix that up. But here we go. If you're in the chat, predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will take the series, on who you think will advance on into the next round. Will it go the way of the Terran, or will it go the way of the Protoss? Coming into this series, I do favor Nicoract. I do think that Nicoract, he has been a lot more successful, a lot more accomplished in current weeks and in current months, basically the entire year of StarCraft. But LunaSea has become more and more active over the past, I want to say 2-3 months. It's been great to see the activity of LunaSea rise throughout the course of the off-season of EPT. And I want to believe that we can have a back and forth between these two players. For now, we're settling in. For now, we are settling in. Do have our economic opener out of Nicoract going for the Rax expand. So economic start. Likewise, LunaSea going for his own setup as well. Just standard gate expand from the Protoss. Nothing too crazy, nothing too wild. But once again, we're loading into Amygdala. I mentioned before that we haven't seen this map too often when it comes to the matches that we've casted. But at least here in this TvP, we are embracing it. Oh boy. And I'm curious how our players will approach this. I mentioned before how difficult and how open and how exposed this third base is. Same with the gold base as well. Nicoract does often take an aggressive approach in this matchup. Speaking of aggression, there it is. We have a second Rax on the way. I would not be surprised if we throw down a third Rax as well, and Nicoract may just embrace a 3 Rax timing. Up. Oh no, this is something a little bit more different here, rarely seen in TvP. This is a 2-on-1, or at least it's a setup for a 2-on-1. Now we'll see if Nicoract goes for a starport or a third Rax thereafter, but this should be factory into starport, into an add-on swap, into 16 Marine double medevac stim timing. So very bold move here by Nicoract. Meanwhile, across the map, Reaper did slip in, got a scout off, and checking the vision. Nicoract, did he see what was going on? He did. He did spot. Oh no, my apologies. Did not spot the tech. Did not get behind the mineral line. And I assumed it was going to be Glaives. My apologies, it is not. It is going to be a Dark Shrine instead. We do have a proxy here on the right-hand side. We spoke about those unbuildable plates earlier. There's a gateway. There is a Dark Shrine. LunaSea being very committed here. And Nicoract is in the dark. He's still in the dark as to what's going on. Now, DTs, they do have their place in this matchup. You may be thinking, oh, don't you have scan? You do as a Terran player. Scans are available, but this early on, you're not really going to be scanning. You're going to be muling. And if Nicoract mules at the wrong time, if they mule too heavily, too quickly, then there will not be a scan available. Oh boy. Meanwhile, Nicoract, he did not get behind the mineral line. He's still unaware of the tech of choice. Doesn't see the Twilight Council, doesn't see that it's not researching. Scout is denied. Stim is on the way. There's the add-on swap, getting into Stim Marines. Meanwhile, the Dark Shrine is done, and the Dark Templar are warping in. Here we go. They are on the way. Headed for the natural. There is a scan available at the natural. No scan in the main. As long as he doesn't mule, and he... No! He muled! He just muled. No, he just muled. SVs are going down. GG gets called. He muled at just the wrong time. And LunaSea takes game 1. Feels bad, man. Feels bad. GG, well played. Just like that, LunaSea does take a lead in the series. It happens. As we mentioned, it happens. It's just a shame that, one, Nicoract didn't get a scout in the main, right? He would have seen the Twilight Council, he would have seen it wasn't researching, and that would have been the tell to hold on to scans. That would have been the tell to scout around the map to what the hell was going on. Unfortunately, he was playing blind. He was just getting into his own build, getting into his 2-on-1, and really it was almost a game of chance there. Was he going to mule? Was he not? Did mule into the main? No scans available. GG. GG, well played. Just like that, the Invisible Man wins the game. That's just how StarCraft goes sometimes. It happens against Terran, it happens in PvP as well. How many times have we seen a DT opener and a Protoss player doesn't have a robo? Protoss player doesn't have a robo and the game just ends. The game just ends then and there. Similar kind of setup. Again, it does happen from time to time. And yeah, with that, LunaSea takes a lead. Does take a lead. And now we're getting ready for game number 2. And I'm hoping we can embrace Game 2. Now, I don't expect another DT build here in Game 2. I don't expect it. Usually, you don't want to do that sort of thing 2 games in a row. You want to do it like once in a series and only once. But we'll see. I mean, LunaSea, he's crazy. He's a lunatic. He might embrace it anyway. Oh boy. And here we go. We are getting into Game 2. And I'm hoping for an ace match. I'm hoping we can bring it back, but the pressure is on. The pressure is on. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Snowpiercer, we have the red Terran player down in the series, but looking to bring it back and force the ace match representing the Platinum Heroes. It is Nicoract. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have as opponent, we have the South Korean Protoss player, the Teal Protoss, leading the series 1-0 with a very cheeky build in Game 1. Can he replicate that success in Game 2? It is LunaSea. As the SCV does move out across the map. Now, what is interesting about this SCV is that there is no second SCV, so there is going to be a proxy, but it doesn't look like a committed proxy here by Nicoract. I would imagine just proxy Reaper. It's right next to the Reaper cliff, so we can just go straight into the main, but we'll see if he does invest a little bit harder and go into something like a Tech Lab into proxy Marauder. Could be possible. Meanwhile, a shout out to Steadfast. Oh my god, thank you so much for the raid. Hope everything is okay. Hope everything is okay. I believe Steadfast was also covering this event and also casting on his channel. So big shout out to Steadfast, of course, another pillar of the community. Without Steadfast, I mean, hey, we'd be missing an open cup because the KSRC, what does the S stand for? It stands for Steadfast with the Kalaris Steadfast Roddy Cup. Hope you enjoyed the broadcast we had earlier today with that open tournament, and hope everything was okay here as well, and hope nothing serious has come up or anything like that. Maybe a little bit tired. Regardless, welcome one and all. There we go. Reaper is in production. So not the most committed proxy here by Nicoract. He can, of course, get into the middle line. He can threaten the probes. It's going to be on LunaSea to minimize losses. Gracias. Big shout to Steadfast. As we do have the bunker in the mineral line, LunaSea does bring a couple of extra boys here to help deal with this. Reaper has arrived. Probe's going to be going down. And the question becomes, how many workers do fall, and does the bunker finish? So far, 1 probe kill, gets 2, going for the 3rd. Oof, the bunker is going to get up and running. Reaper heads for the main, looking for more economic damage. Stalker will pop out, and hopefully the Reaper gets away in time. Oof. And takes a hit, but the bunker is done, dives on in, and will delay mining time here at the natural waste for as long as possible. Second Reaper is on the way. 3rd Reaper as well. So far, nice juggling with that SCV. Does keep it alive. Does some of the bunker, and the bunker is within range of the shield battery. Shield battery is under fire. Back at home, of course, Nicoract, he is expanding. Oh! Is expanding. Is setting up. The SCV! Once again, dodging shots! Just trying to buy time. That is going to be a kill on the bunker, not a salvage, but he does get the shield battery, and the Reapers escape. The Reapers, they do get away. Across the map, we do see Nicoract getting into his own 1-1-1. As the Stalkers move out, the Reapers, they can move back in, and what is there at home to defend? Soon to be 1 Stalker and no shield battery. And Bold move by LunaSea. I mean, likewise, Nicoract doesn't have much at home to defend either. He's getting into Hellion production. Hellion is on the way. Reapers, they race back home. CC will be delayed. And Hellions, they didn't really trade too well here against Stalkers. Nicoract, he does have to wait for those Reapers. And at least LunaSea, he does give himself some breathing room. He forces the army back home. Boys are being pulled. And Nicoract, he does collapse in. We'll shut this down. Once again, now I did mention that the chances of LunaSea going for DTs 2 games in a row was low. He's doing it again. He's going for it again. Aye, aye, aye. Dark Shrine is on the way. Meanwhile, Nicoract going for his own invisible units, going into a 1-1-1 into a Banshee opener. Cloak is being researched. Cloak is on the way. But before we get into Cloak Banshees, we do have the Hellion Reaper moving out across the map. And there is no SimCity. There is no wall. LunaSea does attempt to throw one down, but there's nothing of him to defend. Oh god, the probes are lining up. The Stalkers, they are in position, thankfully, in the main. But the Hellions, they just avoid the Stalkers. They slip by. They slip in. The probes are lining up. Oh my god! Takes 3 Hellions to one-shot a probe. 7 probe kills already. Oh, it's becoming too much. No, they line up! Oh my god. 11, 14! 16 workers going down. This is going to be cleaned up, but that is insane damage. And quickly checking the vision. Nicoract, did he see? Did he scout? He did. Did get eyes on the Dark Shrine. There's a pylon in the main. DT's about to be morphed in. But turrets are being thrown down. And it looks like detection is going to be available just in time. Here come the Dark Templar. Turrets have completed. The army is not quite in position though, and there's not much for Nicoract to work with. DTs are still going to get some damage. SCVs are still going to go down. 3 SCV kills so far. Turret falls as well. Massive pickoffs. Meanwhile, Nicoract, he does defend his main. Sorry, he does defend his natural, I should say. The main is under fire. Oh, as we do have the first scan. DTs, they do manage to get away. Yeah, barely out of range. Oh, and is there another scan available there? Soon is. In a couple of seconds. 47, 48, 49. Up. There's the scan. Yeah, it does scan in time. Shuts down the DTs. Gets one, but doesn't get... Oh, God. Barely doesn't get the other 2. They get away. And they can go back in. And I believe there is no second scan. Aye, aye, aye. The turret is denied. The DCs are still wreaking havoc. Banshees are moving out for a counterattack, but this is brutal. Nicoract, he's on a 1-base economy. He's stuck on 1-base. Raven finally pops out. Banshees, they have a lot of work to do. Back at home, is there Oh, there's no detection. There is no detection. Cloak is done. LunaSea is not ready for this. He has Stalkers, yes, but there's no Observer, there's no Oracle. Yo, this series is a clown fiesta. Game 1, DTs won the game. Game 2, the Banshees. Invisible units are just that good. GG gets called. 0 detection, and Nicoract takes game number 2. GG. What are we watching right now? Ay, ay, ay. What's LunaSea's MMR? I would say relative to 6K. I mean, a lot of these are pro players or semi-pro players. I mean, we have seen, you know, 6K plus players lose mineral lines to Hellions before. It's happened to Hero. It's happened to Max Packs. Like, it happens. Yeah. But GG, we are going to the ace match. And, yeah, so, again, Dark Templar won game 1. Banshees won game 2. Game 3, what do we get? What are we missing? Oh god. What's happening? Let's go. This is what we need, like a fast sleeping into a mothership rush. Cloak everything. Were those blue? Oh, no. Regular Hellions. Regular. No blue flame. No blue flame. Regular Hellions, you need 3 Hellions to one-shot a probe. 3 Hellions. And of course they do splash damage. So, regular Hellions. Hello, Scorpion, Pashka. All those that did come in from the raid, welcome, welcome. Hope you've been enjoying your evening or morning, depending on where you are. And game 3 of the ace match is going to be on ley lines. Now, does LunaSea go Dark Templar 3 games in a row? I mean, they even worked quite well here in game 2. Not gonna lie, like, they denied mining in the main for so long. If it wasn't for the Banshee counterattack, I mean, on top of that though, I mean, LunaSea did lose a lot of workers in the lead up to that game state as well. So it was a very chaotic game, regardless, very chaotic. And here we go, we're getting into the ace match and spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of ley lines. We have the red Terran player for the Platinum Heroes. It is Nicoract. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have the South Korean Protoss player, the Teal Protoss. It is LunaSea. We go. So we are going to be settling in. Ley lines, a much more defendable map here. There are a lot of choke points and ramps leading into the 3rd base location, likewise into the 4th base as well. We have seen many a player defend against all-ins quite successfully here on ley lines, but we'll see how our players will approach this, because we've had a lot of proxies, we've had a lot of cheese, we've had a lot of aggression. Do we go DTs for 3 games in a row? It's possible. It is possible. Moving out. Rax is back at home this time. And he may try to opt to go for it. Never mind. Never mind, Nexus has been placed. I was going to say try to move out across the map for something like an E-Ray block, but it looks like just going to be an SCV scout. As the Nexus is already on location. Now, this was a gate expand instead of the gate cyber expand, which is more typical. So LunaSea did cut some corners, did go for an earlier Nexus. Nicoract will pull back. And is aware, of course, of the earlier Nexus timing. SV does skirt around behind the mineral line, looking to set up a bunker. So this might be an early Nexus, but ideally with a bunker we can deny mining and try to make up for that. Reaper's on the way, hunts down the scouting probe, and is moving out. LunaSea unfortunately is in the dark, has not spotted the bunker, is not aware. So we'll finish. Second Reaper's on the way. Stalker has arrived. Gets a couple of hits off, but the bunker should finish up in time, and Nicoract is safe. Oh. Nicoract is for the most part safe. This time the shield battery is further back. It's not within range of the bunker. So Nicoract doesn't have too much longevity here with this bunker. Second Reaper is going to be deflected. Nicoract going for a wild move here, rushing into a 3rd CC. That's a 3rd CC before factory, before second racks. It's going to be 3 CC, 3 racks. Okay, Nicoract doing his best Beyond impression. Again, in recent months, Beyond has been very fond of this build. Does give you a massive economic lead coming into the mid game once you get your 3rd base up and running. So again, just insanely fast 3rd base here for Nicoract. Stalker Scout will actually confirm the timing. LunaSea is aware. Once again, LunaSea going for a Twilight Council. Ooh, 1 probe does fall. Oh, 2nd probe as well. 2 probe kills. Meanwhile, that should be a kill on the bunker. There is no salvage. Oh, there we go. As the salvage is denied. And the Reapers, this time they get a full scout. They get eyes on the tech of choice. They see the Twilight Council researching. They are aware of Blink. Nicoract more or less knows what's going on. Really, at this point, the question becomes, what does LunaSea do in response to the greedy build of Nicoract? Again, he's going for his 3 racks behind us. 3 CC, 3 racks into Stim, into Combat Shield, into +1. Building up his bio. Nicoract would be vulnerable to something like 4-gate Blink, but we can see that LunaSea is staying on a lower gateway count. Just 2 gateways, now getting a 3rd gateway into a 3rd Nexus. So LunaSea also working towards the mid game. Probe goes down. There's a threat in the main base as well. Just rescouting. I mean, I don't blame Nicoract after what happened in Game 1 and in Game 2. He's checking for the Dark Shrine, I'm sure. Gets 3 probes, not bad. 3 workers go down. Once again, just rescouting, reconfirming. I believe Nicoract, he didn't see the third. Yeah, he's unaware of the third base, but I mean, he sees the lack of gateways, the lack of tech. He should be aware that the money will spend somewhere on a third nexus. And Nicoract, he's just building up back at home, going massive marauder, waiting for Sim to finish, of course, before moving out, and then he will establish a third base. A very bold proxy location for LunaSea. I mean, this is right within vision of the third. So, very bold move. Armies move out. Stim finishing up in 9 seconds. Nicoract, yeah, he will deny the proxy. Getting his third. And again, the pressure's on LunaSea to delay the third base for as long as he can. But he just can't. We're waiting for the stim. There we go, he does stim in. Gets 1, he gets 2. Does pick off 3 stalkers in the retreat. Good pickoffs here by Nicoract. Picks off 3 stalkers, pulls back, getting a bunker. And Nicoract, he should be staying back home until he gets into medevac production. Remember, the starport was delayed because of the 3CC3 racks. So very late starport here for Nicoract. Intentionally so. And once he does get it, then he can start being more active. He can go for drop play, commit to pushes. Nicoract actually chasing down the stalkers. Oh my god. Calm down. Gets another 3. Very nice pickoffs, and he's committing. He's moving out across the map. Shield battery is not ready. LunaSea's getting caught with his pants down. The boys are being pulled. Oh, and this is becoming too much. 8, 9, 10 probes going down. The army is overstimmed. It's a one-way trip. But he gets 13, 14 probes. Was that worth it? I mean, Nicoract is now vulnerable to a counterattack. This is his army. 2 Marauders and 2 Marines. LunaSea, can he get much done, though? He needs to. He needs to counterattack here and now. LunaSea's economy was crippled. But what about the army for Nicoract? Second bunker's on the way. Again, Nicoract, he's got 4 Marauders. A bunker's going to go down. Links are decent, but that's another Stalker pulling another 2, another 3 Stalkers. And Nicoract holds. He does hold on for now. I say for now because LunaSea reinforces with Zealots. Charge is done. +1, about to finish up in a couple of seconds. And LunaSea is not backing off. He knows how vulnerable Nicoract is. Up, going for the medevac. Gets 1. 1 medevac goes down. Zealots are being cleaned up though. Nicoract, he's fine. Yeah, he has plenty of reinforcements. Loses 10 SCVs. Nicoract, he's still up in workers. And LunaSea, he has missed his window. Nicoract, he's now that much more secure. Now he has medevacs, he can sustain himself. LunaSea, the goal base could be a way for him to bounce back. There's... Oh, wait. Sorry, my apologies. For some reason, I thought we were on Amygdala. I was like, oh, he's going for the gold. He's going for the high-yield gas base, I should emphasize. Getting his 4th, but LunaSea's still down in workers. And Nicoract, he just has to weather the storm. Like, there's no rush. There's no rush for Nicoract. He's already up. He's already ahead. He's ahead in economy, ahead in army supply. He's waiting for a 2-2 and waiting for his ghosts. And once he has them, he can move out. And again, this time with much more sustain. Nicoract, he's looking for the 4th base. He's still in the dark as to where it is. He's still unaware. Nicoract, he does find 2 more Stalkers. Looking for the Zealots. Still building up. 2-2 is just over halfway done. And Nicoract, he's soon gonna max out. it's pretty insane just how far ahead supply-wise he is. Again, we saw that he was able to just cripple the economy, get, what, 14 probe kills. It was on LunaSea to punish that, to counterattack, but it just was not good enough. LunaSea did not get enough counter damage, and now Nicoract is snowballing out of control. 2-2 just now finishing, now we can push. We can move out, and what is he pushing into? A massive amount of zealots. But Nicoract, he has EMPs. That's all he needs. Army does engage. Nicoract, oh, the first ghost does go down. There we go. We do get the EMPs on the zealots and the stalkers. At the same time, zealots, they do get across the map. That did distract Nicoract. Does delay reinforcements. And Nicoract, he does actually pull back home. He pulls back for a moment. That's still a lot of zealots. LunaSea once again setting up a counterattack with a War Prism. More reinforcements on the way. And Nicoract is going to calm things down. He pulls back. Did bleed out a lot of supply there in that attack. Also, Nicoract, he did blindly invest quite heavily into these Vikings. They're not really helping too much. Unfortunately, there's no Colossus. I guess they can land. I guess. Prism coming into the natural. LunaSea setting up a concave. But the EMP already did land. Vikings, they land as well. Trying to tank some of those zealots. Zealots, they just shoot through the Vikings. And LunaSea is holding. Does hold on at the same time. Zealots into the main, but there are plenty of reinforcements. Yeah, the production does clean up the counterattack. Oh. Full medevac going down. Up. Casito. Almost. Medevac barely does escape. Nicoract, he races back home. And does LunaSea have any splash damage? That's what I'm most concerned by. LunaSea is throwing down 2 more robos. No Bay, no Storm. He can get into mass immortal production, I suppose. But liberation has arrived. The freedom is here. LunaSea just trying to buy time, dragging the army away. I mean, Nicoract has to chase. And LunaSea just, he can't fight this head on. Not like this. The zealots melt. EMP connects from the stalkers. Nicoract can just keep pushing, keep chasing. War Prism has counterattack potential, but at this point I don't think Nicoract really cares. Doesn't have to turn around. He will knock down the 5th. At the same time, LunaSea getting in towards the natural. Oh, there's his hard in position. And some reinforcements. Prism barely survives, but yeah, there's plenty of home to defend. LunaSea supply blocks! No! Prism goes down, main army pushes forward. With these zealots, oh no, never mind. I was like, maybe we can deal with some of the Marines, but no, the Marines, they stand strong. GG gets called, and Nicoract will take the series at 2-0, advancing on to the next round. GG. GG, well played, Nicoract. He will claim the series. My condolences to LunaSea, but hey, he did force the A smash. There was a lot of chaos in every game as well, whether it came to Dark Templar, Banshee harass, counterattacks as well. Regardless, GG, well played. Congratulations to Nicoract. He will make it to the quarterfinals, where he will be waiting for quite some time. No, never mind. He has his opponent waiting. Oh my god, already. Up next, we have a TvT between Nicoract and Beyond. Let's go. Let us go. But yeah, shout out to LunaSea for, of course, competing and for making it here to the round 16. Very nicely done. Hope to see more of LunaSea in the coming weeks in the other Open Cups. But for now, we are getting ready for our next series.